Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Monotui, and today I'm bringing you guys another Sun and Moon Pokemon Showdown live. This time we're going to be using a kind of similar team, not really a similar team, but team with similar Mons. As you can see, we have Specs, Tapu Lele, Modest Specs, really good Pokemon. We actually have Psychic and Psyshock on this thing just because Chansey is a bit of a problem, and with Tapu Lele's ridiculous strength, you don't really need a lot of other coverage on this thing. Like, you want Thunderbolt to hit things like Celesteela, and then Moonblast to hit Dark types, and whatever else you want to hit on your opponent's team. Then we have Life Orb, Pheromosa are relatively standard. We have Poison Jab over Rapid Spin because we do have Komala over here. This thing, still a monster. Then we got Spadef, Alolan Marowak, really cool mon. I'm sure you guys have seen how good it can be now. We're running fully Spadef set, the support set, meant to just spread Will-O-Wisp, get off damage on certain things, take on most electric types. Then we have specially defensive Komala or Rapid Spinner, running the standard support set, Earthquake, U-Turn, Wish, and Rapid Spin. Comatose, great ability, can't be status, leftovers, good Wish passer, especially to this team. Mega Metagross, which is really good right now. It is it was buffed due to the Mega buff, like it instantly gets its 350 speed, plus in Psychic Terrain, Zen Headbutt just tears through teams, plus it has good priority, it hits hard, great Pokemon. And then we have physically defensive Skarmory just to deal with other Mega Metagross, as well as some other threats. So we're gonna get into a game also to stop Kartana, because Kartana is a major problem to this team. Once you get rid of Marowak, it just basically cleans through me. But here we are. My opponent is running triple Tapu, plus Celesteela, Magnezone, and Mamoswine. Kind of annoying that he has Magnezone. I wish I was Shed Shell on this thing. I think we're just going to lead with Pheromosa, see what he wants to lead with. I don't know if he would be... I feel like he would be Scarf Tapu Lele on this team because he already has a lot of wall breakers. But he's going to lead off with his Magnezone. Totally fine with me. I think what I want to do is actually just click High Jump Kick, and that's what I'm going to do. Like, Tapu Fini can come out, but it doesn't have recovery, and I'm weakening it, and he just lets his Magnezone go down. Okay, that's good. So Skarmory is now free to do whatever it wants. That's cool, and he's going to forfeit. Okay, great game. Alright, so that'll be the end of the live. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you want... Nah, I'm kidding. Get some more. Probably not going to be the longest live, just because I have to go out in a little bit, but that's okay. So, you know, Pheromosa, just doing Pheromosa things. Now we got a Rain team. That's cool. It's got a Jolteon. It's actually a pretty cool team. I don't know why it's Jolteon and Tapu Koko. Like, you only really need Tapu Koko, but it's alright. Tapu Lele kind of shits on him, as it tends to do with, like, every team. Obviously, he does have the Sizzler, though. Probably, maybe fully Spadef Sizzler. That's a good amount to use on Rain teams. Pheromosa can clean up, as also once again as it usually does. Kingdra's a threat though. I'm gonna lead with Tapu Lele, see what he wants to lead with, as he does lead with the Pelipper, and I have no reason not to just click Modest Spec Psychic. It's gonna do a lot to anything that wants to come in, including Sizzler, because he has not Mega and gotten the additional bulk yet. He'll be able to take it, but not super well. If he's not fully Spadef, then I may be able to 2KO him, and he obviously can't hit me with Bullet Punch because of my ability. So we'll see what he decides to do. I do really got to be careful of that Kingdra. That Kingdra can just straight up sweep me. In fact, I'm not exactly sure on how I stop it from sweeping me in the rain, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. So he's going to go out and do his Sizzler. We're going to smack him with that attack. And we actually get the Spadef drop, which means I believe we're going to be able to knock him out with this, which would be great, honestly. Like, getting rid of Sizzler would be really good. This is meant to... his Sizzler is really the only thing that checks Tapu Lele, and as well as being able to just get rid of his priority for things like Pheromosa would be great. So we are able to knock out his Mega Sizzler. That's really good. Unfortunate that I got the Spadef drop, but nothing I can do about that, and, you know, I'll take that. So we'll see what he decides to go out into now. Probably going to be his Kingdra, if it knocks me out, which I believe it does. Yeah, there it is. Can't switch anything in on this. So, Marowak's useful for Tapu Koko. Does he kill me? Oh, well, he missed. Ooh, that is... Okay, so we pretty much win this game totally undeservedly. Sorry. I'm not really sorry, though. Alright, so Tapu Koko is going to come out. I mean, we can take this hit. I don't really think we need to, though, so I'm just going to go out into my Marowak, which will be immune to the Thunder, which is nice, and then I can just fire off Will-O-Wisp, get a burn on something, whittle something down. Yeah, so basically every time Gashadon comes in or Pelipper comes in, I just go into my Tapu Lele, click Psychic, get a kill. As you can see here, he's going to go out and do his Gashadon. We do hit the Will-O-Wisp, which is nice. And what I'm going to do now... This thing actually annoys my team. Yes, you have. This is true. This is true. Okay. I want Metagross. Don't really need Skarmory that much, and honestly, I kind of just want to get up rocks, so I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. I didn't mean for that to sound rude, it's just like, yes, that is correct. There's just nothing I can do about that and whatnot. But yeah, rocks look nice. Nice for the Pelipper. He's going to Scald me, going to get a lot off onto me, however I will be able to outspeed this thing and just get up my Stealth Rock. All I really want to do. And then what I can do is go back out into my Tapu Lele and then just click Psychic once again and basically get a kill. So Tapu Lele, Psychic, nothing wants to come in. It does, it feels really bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. Okay, he's just gone. So, okay, can I leave? No? Okay, there we go. Okay, so that was game 2. 2 pretty quick games. We're gonna get another one. How long have we been going for? Yeah, 6 minutes already, 2 games under our belt. That's pretty good. Let's get another one. We definitely did not deserve to win that game, but I'll take it. I will take it. My opponent has Marowak, Slowking, Komala, Tapu Lele, Lycanroc. Probably a lead Lycanroc. Although it'd be kind of weird if it would lead Lycanroc because he has a Defogger instead of a Rapid Spinner. But regardless, I think I do want to lead with my Metagross. I want to lead Pheromosa. I think I want to lead Metagross. This team also does not have a lot of switch-ins to Marowak, as he is going to lead with his Tapu Lele. I'm okay with this. What I can just do is go for the Meteor Mash. He can't burn me under his own ability, his own Misty Terrain, which is nice. Surf will not be doing too much damage to me. Metagross has good bulk. And I can wish this thing back up later on with my Komala. So there's that. This guy does have the Slowking. He actually is going to go Metagross. Or he's going to go Sizzler rather, makes sense. That looks like he is fully physically defensive. So I'm going to go out into my Skarmory and attempt to set up my Stealth Rock. If he goes for U-turn, that's okay. That's okay for me. Sizzler is actually also kind of a problem for this team. Another reason I have Skarmory, another reason I have Marowak. So he's going to Mega Evolve and he is going to go right for the U-turn. Good play on his part, not that he really had to predict anything. Thankfully my Sturdy will stay intact. And we'll see what he wants to go out to here. If he goes Lycanroc, I'm probably just going to hard switch out into my... I don't know, actually. I don't know what he'll do if he goes Lycanroc, because I don't want him taunting me and then, like, whittling me with Fire Fang or getting up rocks for free. But we'll see what he decides to do. He could also go out into something like Komala if he's special, or Marowak just to get a kill, basically. Yeah, he is going to go out into his Marowak. And what I'm going to do is set up my Stealth Rock, because I don't have a switch into this thing. And we're going to see what type of Marowak he is. It looks like he is defensive. That's really good to know, because that means I can go out into my Komala. And let's see what he does. He is going to go right for the Shadow Bone. I am, of course, immune to that, which is great. And what I can do now is just go for the Earthquake, as he's going to switch out into his Mega Sizzler once again. And I am just going to click U-turn. I do outslow this thing, so whatever he wants to do, he will go before me. If he wants to roost up, that's fine, but I will be able to go out into my, my Marowak and probably pull it. Yeah, he's going to roost, so I'm going to U-turn out into my Marowak. And then expecting the Tapu Lele to want to come out, I'm actually going to pull a switch out into my Tapu Lele. Again, there's really no... I could U-turn, though. He should U-turn, I feel. I'm just going to go for Shadow Bone on the U-turn, because there's no way he doesn't... Unless he's fearing me to be speedy. Regardless, I'm just going to go for Shadow Bone. If I were offensive, that would be really good right now, because I'd just be able to get a kill. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm also not going for Will-O-Wisp, because once again, Tapu Fini can just go in for free. Yeah, he does hard switch into his Tapu Fini, so I wish I did pull that double. Not the biggest deal in the world, though. We are actually going to get a defense drop onto him, not that it matters too much, I think. But what I will be able to do is go out into Tapu Lele, and then click probably Thunderbolt. I don't think he would go out into Alolan Marowak on Tapu Lele. He's probably going to defog. No, he goes right for Surf, okay. But what I'm going to do now is go right for that Thunderbolt. He's either going to go into his Scizor or his Slowking. I would expect his Slowking, because no matter what I do, he can switch out and get Regenerator. Again, I don't expect him to go into Marowak, as he does go into the Slowking. We'll be able to smack that with a nice little Thunderbolt. It looks like he's Assault Vest, because he's not leftovers, and that did not do a lot of damage. So, expecting him to now want to go out into his Marowak, I'm going to go out into my Komala. Yeah, Komala's the play. Even if he stays in, goes for like a Scald or something, he can burn me. So we'll see. He actually does end up going for the Scald. Totally fine. What I can do is just U-turn out, gain myself some initiative. I don't know if U-turn kills the Slowking from here. I think it does. Not 100% though, as he is going to switch out into his Mega Scizor. That's great. We are whittling his Scizor down a bit. And what I can do is just go out into my Marowak. Go into my Marowak. And then... probably just fire off... I do want to predict this again. Nah, he's probably going to go for the U-turn this time. He has no reason not to. So I'm just going to fire off a Flare Blitz. Yeah, he's going to go for the U-turn. Could have gone for the Shadow Bone, get a little bit more damage on the Tapu Fini, but we are whittling the Tapu Fini, which is great. I have a Wish Passer, he does not, which is also very nice. He does not have Natural Recovery. This is going to be a little bit of a longer game. Mega Scizor, like, especially bulky Mega Scizor, is a much bigger problem to this team than just regular SD Scizor, because SD Scizor I can beat with things like Skarmory, whereas Skarmory obviously can't beat the his Scizor, but he is going to go Tapu Fini. Flare Blitz is not going to be doing anything to him, and I am forced out. I think I want to go out into Metagross. Do I, though? Okay, well, I guess I do. As he does go for the defog on this turn, that's fine. What I can do is go back out into my Skarmory and set up my rocks again on the Mega Scizor switch, as that is exactly what he does. Stealth Rocks, gonna get him up. Again, I think I have this game. It's just gonna take a while. Like, he doesn't have a great way to break through Skarmory, like a Alolan Marowak, because it's defensive more than anything else, will not be able to do too much to me, and I do have switch-ins to that. Somewhat, it's still a threatening mod for this team, but it is what it is. He's gonna go back out into Tapu Fini, though. I'm going to go out into my Komala as he goes for the Surf, and what I will be able to do is just click Wish. Yeah, Wish is my play of choice. I'll be able to get myself up to a decent amount of HP if he decides to defog here. He's risking me going for the Earthquake. We'll see what he does. This is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a longer game. Yeah, there's the defog. We will be able to throw up a Wish, however. And then I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I expect him to go out and do a Scizor for an opportunity to roost, but if he doesn't, that is fine as well. Should probably have HP Fire on my my Tapu Lele, but he's actually going to go out into Lycanroc, interestingly enough, which means that I am given a switch out into my Pheromosa to click U-turn. And that's good for me, so cool. Estella Rock he can have and can hit me with, which he does, but it will not be able to knock me out even though he has Life Orb. Lycanroc's gone, that's cool. Rocks are not going to be up on my side of the field during this game, which is very nice. And what I will do is just go out into my Komala, get some leftovers back, force in his Scizor. Maybe his what's that thing called? Como as well. As he does go out into his Como, okay. I'm assuming you're physical, so I'm going to go out into my Skarmory, as he does go for the Dragon Dance. And what I will be able to do is just go for the Stealth Rock on this turn, followed by the Whirlwind on the next turn. Oh, that does a lot. Whoops. But what I can do is just Roost. Stall him out of Life Orb a little bit. Yeah, ooh, we were barely able to take that. So we're going to Roost up here. Gonna go for one more Roost. I expect him to Dragon Dance again. Yeah, I'm gonna Whirlwind on this turn. As he actually switches out into his Tapu Fini, that's great. So we'll be able to get rid of the Tapu Fini, or we'll be at least able to force him out. Forced out into Sizzlor. I'm okay with that. I can Roost up versus this thing. He will also be able to Roost up, but it is what it is. We'll see what he decides to go for now. Probably the U-turn. I would guess the U-turn is coming. His other moves are probably Bullet Punch, and then Bullet Punch, he could have Swords Dance. I don't think he would, though. Might be Brutal Swing. Yeah, there's Bullet Punch. So we're going to Whirlwind him out into the Slowking. Not exactly what I wanted to see, unfortunately, but is what it is. I'm going to go out into Komala, as he's going to go for the Scald. I will be able to take that. And then we can throw up a Wish, as he's going to hit me with a Psychic next. Okay, but what this allows me to do is I can U-turn out into my Tapu Lele, and then nothing on his team wants to take a Psychic. So in comes Tapu Lele. He is going to throw off a Scald. Does get the burn, not the biggest deal in the world, and I'll should be able to fire off a Psychic, and nothing wants to come in on this. Unless Sizzlor is able to take 2, which it may be able to. But he's actually just going to sack off his Komala, which is great for me. Relatively big threat to my team. We're not getting rid of the core things on his team, like the Mega Sizzlor, the Slowking, the Tapu Fini, but we are whittling his mons down very, very nicely, and that's something I really like. So we'll see what he decides to go out into now. Probably either his Sizzlor or his Slowking. Sizzlor allows him to go for a U-turn. Slowking just allows him to take the hit. As well as get off maybe like a boosted Psychic onto me, or he can just go for Scald like a normal person. But we'll see what he wants to do. He is going to go Sizzlor. What I'm going to do here is just sack off my Komala. It's not doing anything else this game. He is just going to go for the U-turn. Totally fine. So whatever he wants to go into is A-okay with me. Also, Psychic Terrain is up, so that Mega Metagross's Send a Headbutt is going to do a lot to pretty much anything. So we'll see what he decides to go out into. And he's going to choose to go out into Slowking. I think what I'm actually going to do is go out into my... what do you think? I don't want to risk not killing this thing with Metagross, but I also don't really want to take more Life Orb damage on Pheromosa. It doesn't really matter how much damage I take on that thing, though. You know, yeah, I think we're going Pheromosa here. We're going Pheromosa, we're just going to click U-turn, because if he sends out Marowak, then that just allows me a free switch back out into my, my Metagross to then click Zen Headbutt and basically 2-KO something. So he's actually going to go Sizzlor, allowing me to hit that, which is great, because I can go out into my Alolan Marowak, and what I can do is just... He's going to U-turn. There's no reason not to U-turn. Just gonna go for Shadow Bone. Like, Tapu Fini should always be the play. Oh god, I did not click that cancel button. Why have you done this? Oh well. This is actually not that bad for me, because he's gonna go out into Tapu Fini, and then I can go back out into the. He's actually gonna go Slowking. Okay. It's actually pretty annoying for my team. So what I'm going to do is go out into... It's a tough play. But actually, I think my play is go Marowak and click Shadow Bone, because he can't kill me with Scald. And I should outspeed him. So I'm going to hit him with Shadow Bone. Probably won't be able to knock him out, but it'll come close. He is going to go to his Tapu Fini. Fine play on his part. Gonna hit him with the Shadow Bone, not gonna do a lot of damage. Alright, so yeah, he is gonna deflog. And now what I'm gonna do... I'm just gonna mash. He could go Sizzlor, I also have the chance to get the attack raise, which is what I'm banking on. Instead I miss, that's what I get for even asking. But I'm just going to go out into Skarmory. He's going to U-turn. If he goes Marowak, I'm just clicking Stealth Rock again. If he goes basically anything, I'm clicking Stealth Rock. Other than maybe Slowking. Slowking I might have to switch out versus Tapu Fini. Yeah, I'm just going to get my Stealth Rock up as he taunts me. That's unfortunate. So what I'm going to do now is go back out into Metagross. Yeah, it doesn't do too much damage to me. And then what I can do is click Meteor Mash once again. Hopefully this time I'll hit the Sizzle or maybe get an attack raise if I'm lucky. We'll see what happens. Gonna go for the Mash. That does absolutely nothing. This is fully physically defensive Sizzler, my lord. But what we're gonna do is go out into Skarmory, just set up the rocks. Again, like, he doesn't really have a great way to deal with Skarmory. Like, this is defensive, so he won't be able to break my, he won't be able to do too much damage to me. Tapu Fini, as you saw, didn't do a lot of damage to me. Burn Nerf is really coming into play here. He's going to go out and do Tapu Fini once again. This time I'm going to go out into Tapu Lele. I feel like he'd go Slowking on this play, so I'm going to click T-Bolt. Actually, I think Psyshock's a better play, because Slowking I don't think will want to take this hit. Let's see. Yeah, that does a lot. Good lord. And now I'm pretty sure he's going to go out and do his Sizzler. Yeah. See how much this does. A lot. That's a good damage. That's some good damage to get off onto him. Once again, Skarmory's the play. Man, this wall core is really annoying. I might have to cut out parts of this. But he's going to U-turn once again. No surprise there. Jeez, Mega Sizzler is a problem for this team. Gonna go Tapu Fini. I'm gonna Roost. He's gonna Surf. I'm gonna Roost again, in case he crits me on this turn. Yeah, so we're gonna set up our rocks. I'm really close to winning with Tapu Lele. I'm very, very close. And, right. I don't think we can, though. I really don't think we can at this point. I know I was confident earlier, but, like, it is not. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, his team synergy between... Like, this wall core here is just too good. He's going to Nature's Madness. Unfortunate. What we're going to do is, once again, just go for the Meteor Mash. He's going to switch into Sizzler. Maybe we'll get the attack raise. Probably not. Yeah, no. That's a little annoying. Yeah, I basically just have to spam Meteor Mash on this thing until I get the attack raise and I'm able to do some sort of damage to him. Which even then, +1 Earthquake's not going to be able to do, like, enough to him. Fully Fizz Death Sizzler is just too annoying to deal with. Damage, no attack raise, he's gonna Roost, I'm gonna Mash again. I don't think this is the game where you can win, we'll see. There's the attack raise, that's cool. As he does U-turn out on this turn. So, whatever wants to come in is gonna take a big hit. Although I am in range of Bullet Punch from this thing, so it's a little unfortunate. He's gonna send out Slowking. I'm just going to Earthquake, attempt to get off as much damage as I possibly can. Not going to knock him out, of course, but he'll be able to knock me out with the Scald. But what I can do is go out into my Tapu Lele and then click Psychic. And he's forced to sack something here, which is nice. Like, he can't switch into Sizzler for free. I have Psychic Terrain up, so he can't Bullet Punch me. Tapu Fini will be 2-KO'd. Marowak should probably just go down, even if it's to death. We'll see what he wants to do. As he is going to end up stacking off his Tapu Fini. Crit did not matter, I would have been able to 2-KO him anyway. Gonna knock him out with a Psychic. Would he double to Sivs? He's doubling to Slowking, okay. Smart play. But now he doesn't have a switch into Marowak. And actually, I do want to go Skarmory just to get up my rocks. Do I, though? I don't. Okay, well, I guess I am. And Spidef drop, that's cool. So we're going to get up our rocks, see what he wants to do. There's Defog again. Psyshock is not our play, because then he goes Sizzler. Thunderbolt's our play. He does go Slowking. Unable to knock that out. Solve that Slowking, man. This is a very good, very well built team by him. So I commend him on that. He's gonna go Marowak. I'm gonna go for Rocks. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, pretty sure Marowak has a chance to win. Yeah, Marowak definitely has a chance to win. Depends if I win a speed tie versus his Marowak or not. But anyway, he's gonna knock me out. My play is Tapu Lele. I kill this thing with Shadow Bone, I believe, on his next switch-in. We'll see what he decides to do here. Because, like, I just click Psychic. Yeah, Psychic is my play. He would have to stack something now. Yeah, he stacks his Tapu Fini, so Rocks are gone. Or Rocks are there to stay now. He does go Slowking. I know that this does not kill him. But I have to click it anyway. Yeah, we're gonna get off a nice chunk of damage onto him. We go Marowak, and then we hope that we beat the rest of his team. So no reason to not click Shadow Bone here. We knock out the Slowking, great. We'll see. He's probably gonna go into his own Marowak. I'm pretty sure Shadow Bone does not knock him out. He's actually even HP. And this is more than likely a speed tie unless he has a little bit of speed on his, which I kind of wish I did, but I don't. Yeah, so he's going to have speed, he's just going to kill me. Was he Thick Club the whole time? Pretty sure he was Thick Club the whole time. Anyway, that was a good game. I probably cut out a lot of that because it was a really long game. Yeah, like almost 20 minutes long. I guess that's what I get for having 2 short games in the middle, but we lost that one. There was probably a way to win that in there, but his wall core was just really, really good for my team. And yeah, not too much else to talk about there. My opponent's team, it's pretty cool. There's a Primarina hiding in there. That's cool. Still running Mandibuzz, which is cool, even though Aegis Slash is gone. He does not appreciate Specs Moonblast. It's definitely not something he likes to switch into. I can burn everything, that's good too. And I definitely want Rocks up early, and I'm actually going to lead with Skarmory to make sure that that is what happens. So he's going to lead with this Primarina. Unfortunately, I don't have the switch into this thing, but Skarmory also doesn't really... Walls the Metagross, though. Alright, we have to go Komala here. Hopefully we can take 2 or whatever he goes for. We can. Very good. Very, very good, actually. And what we're going to do now is just go right for the U-turn. I expect him to want to switch out, although I could just... Alternatively, I could throw up a Wish. Yeah, I think instead I'm just going to throw up a Wish. I don't mind whatever he does. Yeah, he's going to switch out into his Pheromosa. And I'm just going to switch out into my Skarmory on whatever he wants to do. I should probably go for U-turn, as he does go for U-turn. That is Life Orb, of course. So we'll see what he decides to do now. I could go back out into Primarina, but I will go right back out into Komala. We'll see. We'll see what he wants to do. Again, I really want Rocks up. Rocks are really nice for his team. Just to whittle some of the stuff on his team. He's going to go Hydreigon. Not really something I have great switch-ins to. I'm just going to set up my Rocks here. If he goes for Dark Pulse and flinches me, that'll suck. I'm expecting this to probably be Specs. He's going to go right for the Flamethrower. That definitely does not look Specs to me. But what I can do now is go out into my Komala. I'm expecting him to be something along the lines of like... Scarf. So that definitely was not Specs damage on my Skarmory. I'm Fizz Def, not Spidef. and Hydreigon's pretty strong, so there's that. We'll see what he decides to go out into, or we'll see what happens this next turn. I'm switching in Komala. Because yeah, if he is choiced, then I should be able to take 2 flamethrowers, and then, or I'll be able to take 1 flamethrower, click U-turn on to switch out. Komala's pretty cool. I really like Komala. It's got a lot of potential, I think, in draft end as well as in standard. I'm not sure if it'll be OU, probably not, but it's cool. I like it. Very good at gaining initiative. Good wish passer. Wish I could fit Protect on it, though. I originally had Rapid Spin on Pheromosa, but unfortunately all the spin blockers in the tier just switch into Pheromosa. Like, particularly like Alolan Marowak, which is on a lot of different teams. So, we're going to go Komala. We're going to see what he wants to do. He is going to switch it up to Dark Pulse this time, so he's not choice. However, that is not enough damage to be able to knock me out. And what we're going to do now is throw up a Wish, and take it from there. If he goes for another Dark Pulse, he will not be able to knock me out, and then we can go out into our Tapu Lele, fire off a Moonblast. He's actually going to miss the Draco Meteor, which is really unfortunate for him. That probably would have knocked me out at that point. Nothing we can do about that, though, as I like to say. But we're just going to go out into our Tapu Lele here. Again, he does not have a great switch into this. He can go Metagross, but that doesn't appreciate Sex Moonblast. Milotic, I believe, is 2 KO'd as well. He's going to go for Flash Cannon. Good play on his part, but we are able to take that. And maybe able to outspeed him, probably not, but regardless, I'm just going to click Moonblast. If we get rid of Hydreigon, that's great. He cannot switch in his Mandibuzz, he can't switch into Pheromosa. The only thing he can really switch into is the Metagross. I'm pretty sure this gets 2 KO'd. Oh, he's actually Flame Orb, interestingly enough. So because of that, we're actually going to be able to 2 KO him. I mean, I do get it, like Marvel Scale, obviously, and Burn Nerf. Like, the Burn was nerfed, that did nothing. So he's going to be able to recover that off. So what I'm going to do is go out into Komala. And he actually has Wish, or Miracle, rather. What I'm going to do now is just U-turn out. Get a slow U-turn into whatever I can. And then I'll probably click Specs T-Bolt on this thing, depending on what he wants to do. Yeah, he's going to recover up. It's actually a really cool set. But what I'm going to do now... What do I want to do now? Yeah, I'll go Tapu Lele, as the Psychic Terrain ends, unfortunately. And then I will go back out into Komala. Yeah, this is an annoying Pokemon to deal with, good lord. We'll see what he does. He's going to go for Miracle once again. Again, I'm just going to go for a slow U-turn. We'll see what he wants to go for. Preferably Scald. Scald so I can go into my thingy and kill you. Switching out also works, because now I can just click Moonblast and something dies. How healthy are you? Yeah, you're 2 KO'd easily. So what I can do now, go Tapu Lele, click Moonblast, pick up my kill, or if he goes Metagross, that's fine too. Debating clicking Thunderbolt. I think I will not. I'm just going to click Moonblast. Like, it would do a little bit more to Metagross, but it's okay. I still have my switch into Metagross, being Skarmory. So, yeah, he does go Metagross. So Thunderbolt would have been the better play, but again, that's going to do so much damage. And unfortunately, because of the buff, he can just go right for Meteor Mash, and I don't have a good switch in because I let my Skarmory get weakened. Nice. But what I can do is go into my Marowak on the Meteor Mash, and then double out into Skarmory on what I expect to be an Earthquake. He could go for Zen Headbutt here, but he does have that chance to miss, and if I lose Skarmory, it's not the worst thing in the world. My Mega Metagross still lives a hit from his Mega Metagross. And he's actually going to go out into Mandibuzz, okay. It's a good play on his part. However, I'm just going to go back out into Tapu Lele, click Moonblast once again. Still nothing can switch in. And if he defogs, I can just set up my hazards with Skarmory again. I'm tempted to Roost, actually. And I think that is what I'm going to try and do, because I need to get the hazards off. Or I need to get my Skarmory healthy so that I can switch into his Metagross. So we'll see what he wants to do here. If he defogs, like I said, I can set them up on the following turn, or I can go out into my Tapu Lele in order to threaten this thing and to KO something on his team. He is going to go for the defog, but I will be able to get my Skarmory healthy once again. So here I am just going to go for the Stealth Rock and see what he wants to do do because of that. Yeah. Primarina is really cool. I want to use that thing really badly. I wish it got, like, Water 8. You know what I mean? Like, instead of it just turning it to a sound move, it, like, actually did something else, but... Oh well. He's gonna send out his Hydreigon again. I think it's appropriate to sack Komala here. I can sack it to 2 Dark Pulses, the Flamethrower, no Dark Pulse, the Draco Meteor, whatever he wants to do. So he's gonna go right for the Dark Pulse. That'll be enough to 2 KO me. I'm just gonna click U-turn, allow him to knock me out. And then I can just go out into my Tapu Lele once again. If he decides he wants to go for the Flash Cannon, predicting my Tapu Lele on this turn, just to hard switch it in, then I'll be able to get off the U-turn damage, which will be nice. Now he's just going to knock me out with Dark Pulse. Totally fine. And I'm debating Tapu Lele or Pheromosa clicking U-turn, and I think I'm just going to go out in a Tapu Lele. No reason for me not to. I do want my Psychic Terrain up so that I can go Pheromosa on his Metagross. Although at this point, I'm pretty sure Pheromosa actually can straight up win the game if I win a speed tie versus his Pheromosa. Regardless, just gonna click Moonblast here. He doesn't have anything that can switch in anymore. Melodic is 2 KO'd, Mandibuzz is knocked out, Pheromosa dies, this dies, Metagross dies. He's just gonna opt to get some damage off onto me with the Flash Cannon, which is fine by me. We will be able to knock out the Hydreigon. That's great, that opens the door for my Metagross a bit. Also, something I didn't mention, with Mandibuzz being so low, my Metagross will be able to knock it out with the Meteor Mash, which is wonderful. And yeah, obviously I need the Psychic Terrain down if I want to sweep with Bullet Punch on his Pheromosa, but regardless, still a good situation for me because I think he is in range now. But Pheromosa is going to come in. Unfortunately, he clicks U-turn and then is able to defog with Mandibuzz. But I can't really stop that from happening, so I'm going to go Skarmory. He is going to U-turn. He's going to take more Life Orb damage, which is nice. And if he does go into his Mandibuzz, I can just go back out into my Tapu Lele. And I think Thunderbolt would be the best play from there, actually. So he's going to go Primarina, actually. Marowak is still semi-useful for the Pheromosa. But I don't know. I still want this around. Yeah, I think sacking... I think stacking Marowak's my play. As much as I want to keep it around for the Pheromosa, I just can't really afford to. So I'm going to let him knock me out with that. And then I'm going to go out into my Metagross. And I'm just going to click Zen Headbutt, because it'll knock him out under Psychic Terrain. And probably normally. And if he goes Mandibuzz, then I knock it out with the Meteor Mash. I should click Meteor Mash, shouldn't I? I should die. Yeah, I don't want to reset though. I'm clicking Zen Headbutt. I kill Mandibuzz on the following turn anyway. Stacking Mandibuzz would probably be his best play, but I don't know if he thinks he can live. He can't. Pretty sure he can't. He's Life Orb, which means he's offensive. He's not, like, defensive. Primarina has good Spidef, not Bizdef, so we're going to go for the Zen Headbutt. We are able to knock out Primarina. That's great. His Metagross cannot knock out my Metagross, which is great. If he goes Pheromosa, I'll be able to knock it out with Bullet Punch, because I believe the Psychic Terrain ends after this. Melodic will be able to take the hit, though. He's going to send out Mandibuzz. That's not going to help him, because I can knock him out with the Meteor Mash, assuming I hit. Which would be great. Yeah, we do hit. That's great. Mandibuzz goes down. He was Rocky Helmet, but that still does not put me in range of Metagross. Again, Pheromosa should go down to Bullet Punch. Melodic is the only thing that can really come in, and he's hindered heavily by his own Flame Orb, and I can weaken him greatly with my Tapu Lele. And if he goes Melodic, I'm hard switching into Tapu Lele, so I can click Specs Thunderbolt. This will be the last game. I gotta get going soon, but it was a pretty fun live, other than the one really, really long game. He is going to go out into his own Metagross, however. Like I said, he cannot knock me out, so I'm just going to go for the Earthquake and knock him out. It's more than likely a speed tie, but again, it doesn't matter. I live any hit he wants to go for, and I end up winning the speed tie anyway, so... again, if he had won the speed tie, he wouldn't have been able to knock me out, and then I knocked him out in the following turn. Pheromosa does not get access to priority. Speaking of which, here it is. I'm just going to click Bullet Punch. Even if it doesn't knock it out, it'll put it in range of the Life Orb. So yeah, he's going to go down. He has Paper Thin defenses. And then, basically, we're just going to go out into... let me see, how healthy is Tapu Lele. I don't want to get like skulled, burnt, and then like die. So I'm actually just gonna Zen Headbutt until he kills me. That is so much still. He's actually gonna Scald, which means that we kill him with the Earthquake now, and we don't have to risk Zen Headbutt. So that'll be the game. Good game there. Team's pretty broken, I have to admit. But actually, I really love, as much as these two mons are like ridiculously good on their own, I love Tapu Lele plus Pheromosa, because Pheromosa baits in stuff like Alolan Marowak, and especially Toxapex, and then you can click U-turn as they switch in, and then just go out and Tapu Lele, and then basically just get a kill. Like I said, the team's a little bit weak to things like Chansey and Stall in general, so I have Psychic and Psyshock on that thing. Psychic, because once you reveal Psychic, their switch in is always going to be Chansey. There's nothing else that's on Stall that wants to take this thing on, so you can click Psyshock, get a nice 2 KO onto that thing, or just pressure it later on. So that's going to be the game. Alright, that's going to be the live. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next episode.